Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Moss Sports Podcast. My name is Andy Robertson. I'm joined by Spencer Griffin and Mo. Emmy Award-winning Mauricio.
It's me.
It's him.
Mostradamus killed the intro last week.
Yeah, he did. We'll just go ahead and get started with the NFL. We've had a little bit of news this week. First, Tyrann Mathieu has finally signed a contract with the Saints. He's going back home to New Orleans. And
coming home,
obviously, Chiefs fan, I just want to say thank you, Honey Badger, for what you did, and we'll see you later. Enjoy your time with Dan Sorensen.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you that.
Oh gosh,
You guys have anything to say about that?
I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't really affect my team much. Saints got rid of Marcus Williams to the Ravens, and then got Tyrann Mathieu. So it's just kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's not groundbreaking, but it's good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Why did they take the Chiefs backfield and they just replaced it with theirs?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a good strategy.
Yeah, it's
especially with Dirty Dan.
That's not going to end well.
No.
But we do have some other big news in there.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins was suspended for 6 games for PEDs. He was hurt toward the end of last year, and Spencer and I kind of talked about it. Maybe he put those PEDs in his body during or to recover. But Spencer, you have a note here, so I didn't know if you wanted to hit on that or not.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that he was scared to get vaccinated, but he will put performance-enhancing drugs in his body. So, that's a little odd, a little hypocritical, I think. But he has already had his appeal withdrawn, and so that suspension is final. Of course, we saw during the draft they traded for Hollywood Brown, so it looks like they knew it was coming, and that's why they got Hollywood. So he had a pretty devastating injury, right? And he took the risk to take PEDs to more quickly recover from that injury. And I think it's kind of like a risk reward thing at that point, because you're probably with that injury going to miss a few games of the next season anyway. So if you get away with it, you miss no games, you recover faster, your body is better. If you do get caught, you're still missing games. It's just the paycheck part. And I mean, his contract's so huge, that pay's not really going to matter. So I kind of see why he did it. I'm not saying, I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done it either, because you want your body to heal faster. And like I said, the risk and reward in that situation to me is kind of worth it. We saw it with, of course, I might be a little biased because DeAndre Ayton also got busted with PEDs. Of course, it kind of screwed the Suns beginning of the season a couple years ago. But no, I don't. Obviously, rules are rules. And I think that's kind of how he looked at it, too, because he didn't spend a whole lot of time trying to appeal it or anything. So I think he knew the risk and he was willing to take it.
Yeah, and he tried coming back to the playoffs last year, didn't he? And it just didn't work out.
I believe so, yeah. I need to find something I saw online. Let me see if I can find it. There was an interesting note that Hopkins, as well as 2 other receivers. Here it is. There was a Redditor that pointed out that AJ Bouye, Will Fuller, and Bradley Roby all trained with a guy named Dos Congo, and they all got suspended for PEDs. And DeAndre Hopkins is also prominently featured on that Instagram account. So put on your tinfoil hats, because it seems like if you're training with that guy, something might be up.
The real train is the juice.
Oh yeah, the deer antler spray.
That's the. I forget about that. You're gonna what's the thing that everybody's taking right now? The Imbectramine?
I don't know. You're more well versed on
the
performance enhancing drugs than I
cow
am.
dewormer.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ivermectin. That's what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh, it's the next thing," you know. If you
I
want to
don't
get
think
back
that's
on the field,
enhancing. I don't think that's enhancing any performances.
it's gonna help you heal fast and get back on the field.
No.
Oh, what was it? Oh, I saw a meme about like the whole
Of
Hopkins
course he
thing.
did.
It was the Bill O'Brien, but he was Thanos,
Oh, I did see that one.
and then he's like, "They called me a madman." Like,
That's pretty good.
he knew something was up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was 3 years down the road, but it happened.
Jeez.
So I just went to Reddit, the NFL Reddit, just to see if they had anything quickly, and I just saw the worst like forward lateral by Carson Wentz ever.
Oh, was that last season?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and it got picked off, right?
Yeah.
That was the worst pick I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Okay. You guys
Speaking
have
of
more
mediocre quarterbacks,
Yeah. So the Tennessee Titans drafted Malik Willis last week, and Ryan Tannehill said, "It's not my job to mentor Malik Willis, but if he learns from me along the way, then that's a great thing." So is there any smoke here? I know a few players have already came out and kind of blasted him for saying that. Do you guys, is this smoke, or do you guys have any problem with this?
what a garbage teammate. Don't do that. Like, y'all are on the same team, dude. Obviously, you don't say stuff like this, especially to the media. What is he thinking? Because, I mean, in the back of his mind, sure, he's like, okay, I don't want this guy to take my starting job. I get it. I get that philosophy, but you don't say that. You be cordial and you mentor this young guy. Your contract runs through this season and then it's up, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, I don't get it. Don't say that.
Like, even Aaron Rodgers didn't say that about the Love guy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He just keeps it to himself and gives them a sour look every time.
He dogged the GM instead.
And kind of like Brett Favre. Brett Favre didn't say anything about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He just like made him sit in the bench for like 8 years.
I mean, yeah, Brett Favre was still a butthole about it, but he wasn't dogging the player.
And it's like, it's so weird because like, you have to help him out. Like, that's part of your job, because if you go down, which is probably going to happen because he's been hurt before. Like, he's been hurt and then have to bring other people in to play quarterback. Yeah. Like, he has to be ready, like.
It's a team sport, man.
And it kind of indirectly makes him look racist. Because he's like, oh, I'm not,
I don't know if I see that argument necessarily. I mean, it's not great.
It doesn't look good.
That far right
doesn't
now.
It doesn't. No. If it was like Mitch Trubisky, I don't think he would have said that.
Shut up.
Or Kenny Pickett. He's just mad. He's mad.
Whatever.
Well, I guess Spencer, you kind of. Were you gonna say something, Mauricio?
Oh, or it makes him look like Mason Rudolph.
Oh no.
Gonna go. Oh wait, no, that was what is his name?
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, yeah. Myles Garrett gonna go knock some heads in. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say about the Ryan Tannehill situation. That Spencer, you kind of hit on what I was gonna say with the contract thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I mean, I don't know. It's Tannehill's job. I think it's Tannehill's job to help out the younger player, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, show him the ways of the league and whatnot. But
it's not gonna. I mean, if he is out of Tennessee after this season, after his contract runs out, this isn't a great look for him for other teams to want to appeal to them. So he didn't really think that through. Yeah,
especially like later on in his career, he might be that veteran backup, and then he's saying this already.
Look at Joe Flacco. He might be kind of in the Joe Flacco role.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll jump back in it after our 10 minutes of talking just now. Oh, and also, we're recording this on a Friday because Mother's Day is Sunday, the day we usually record. So shout out to all the moms out there.
Yeah.
Even though this will come out afterward. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw that RG3 ran a pretty good 40 time. I think it was like 4.4, 4.5, something like that, for Rich Eisen's charity. And some teams have reached out to RG3. You guys, I kind of think it's kind of garbage that teams are reaching out for 40 for him.
Yeah, it's all garbage. He's been fast. That's not new.
I know.
He can't stay healthy, and he can't play well. I mean,
yeah, he was just a backup. But,
yeah,
they need some backup help.
He's awful the last couple of seasons as a backup at the Ravens. So I don't understand it at all.
And you guys have a really good backup.
Oh yeah, opinion. Tyler Huntley. Yeah. I like him a lot. I'm afraid that somebody's gonna end up trying to take him as their starter.
Gonna Matt Flynn him.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess would be good for the Ravens because sell high on it.
Maybe.
I'll be he said I think he said he wanted to be play for the Cowboys or something.
But did he really? You're lying.
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah, that was like where he's leaning.
Oh no,
that would be his favorite.
He played at Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense.
I mean, if he takes Dak's spot, I'd be fine.
Guy with knee problems takes over for a guy that has ankle problems.
Well, they could. I feel like with like him in that Lamar Jackson type system, Dallas could seriously do well. I mean, they don't have the line they used to have, but they got Zeke, which they got Pollard though
for another year.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like they could really have some guys thrive under that, but then the wide receivers kind of get left out to dry, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Well, Spencer, I know you're going to love this next part because Tyreek Hill has challenged DK Metcalf to a race.
I saw that. I was so salty when you put that in the notes.
Yep, Hill said that he would put up $50K for charity if they ran a race, and said that he reached out to DK and DK got scared or whatever, and Tyreek Hill has the receipts. So
shut up. I'm not. I've already told he didn't try when he had the chance. So no, he has no leg to stand on here. Just shut up. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Well, he's the fastest man on earth.
No, he's not.
Name another fast person.
Anybody that runs track. Usain Bolt is probably still faster, even though he's old.
Well, what about with pads?
What? We're not talking about with pads. He's probably not going to race DK in pads.
Shoulder pads.
If he is, then DK will beat him because DK's got more muscle to be able to carry those.
Okay. How and why does baseball have a sprint speed statistic, but the NFL doesn't?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, like, well, it would just be like a 60 feet time, or what do you? Because I mean, football has the 40-yard.
Well, there's like the website Baseball Savant has like it tracks sprint speed for players,
like miles per hour,
feet per second. I think is what it is.
Feet per second.
And so,
I mean, yeah, the NFL does miles per hour though, like on a game basis.
Yeah, but I mean, I would think that you can track the speed in a game like you can for baseball. For the NFL, I don't know.
They do.
They
show how fast the guy's running.
Okay.
Do they not? Am I crazy?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I just looked it up and I can't find.
I see it all. I mean, I see it all the time. They say like, oh, so and so during his touchdown run ran 21 miles per hour, which was the second fastest touchdown run this season. Blah blah blah.
Okay. Well, I guess there's not like a good aggregate place of where.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
Like baseball has. But anyway,
I mean, let's jump into baseball now that you bring it up.
Oh, well, I was gonna jump into orange round ball, but we can do baseball if you want.
Oh, I mean, we can. It don't matter to me.
Oh, it doesn't matter because I don't know. What do you want to do, Mauricio? What do you want to
do? Baseball.
Baseball. All right.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees.
Number one team right now.
Mauricio's the ultimate bandwagon.
He is. That is just like a Lakers fan, though, to like the Yankees. Let me just say that.
And the Dodgers.
Yeah, that tracks so well.
Anyway, So are you secretly a Patriots fan too?
Oh no,
Okay.
that's where I draw the line.
Okay. Okay. Well, the New York Mets, the Yankees subway rival, have DFA'd Robinson Cano. Yeah, the guy's pretty much asking for it. I mean, he's been unproductive this year. He's been busted for PEDs twice. Last year, it resulted in a season-long suspension. And the Mets are trying to win a World Series.
Yeah, they actually got a good team this year.
Yeah, they do. And so they probably felt he was weighing them down, and they have an owner that can pay his humongous salary to play for another team.
Who is their owner?
Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen.
Yeah.
He's a stock investor.
Look at you.
And a broker or something
Bro,
else.
I swear you come out of nowhere with some of these things.
It randomly just comes up. Like, I'll be listening to something and somebody will mention something, and then for whatever reason it just sticks in my head, and then you said the name and I was like, I just heard about that guy.
I imagine Mauricio is like an information superhero. Then he breaks through the wall and says, stock investor.
Yeah,
you should be on a game show, Mauricio.
Right?
Stump the Schwab.
Didn't the Schwab die?
Oh, well.
Well, Stuart Scott did, but
he's not the Schwab.
No, but he was the host of it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it much.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys have anything you want to say about Robinson Cano?
No.
Former New York Yankee Robinson Cano.
I think some people were surprised they didn't think that they would actually do it, but obviously it was the right call. But I did want to get into their historic ninth inning comeback. Was that last night?
It was last night, yeah.
It was crazy. What were they down? 9-1?
9-1. And the Phillies had like a 98.7% win probability.
In the ninth, top of the ninth.
Yep. Ended up losing.
That was pretty amazing.
Former Cub James Norwood decided he was going to give up a lot of hits to start that rally. So
I saw a lot of people were blaming that too on the manager for keeping him in that long.
Yeah, I mean, they should have. I mean, they have a 3-batter minimum, but he exceeded that, and they just kept him in for some reason.
Wait. Who's they have a 3-batter?
MLB as a whole. Like,
wait, what?
Yeah, it was a rule they implemented a couple years ago, again, to try and shorten games.
No.
And so whenever a pitcher is brought in, they have to face 3 batters.
I never knew that. That's an awful rule.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's terrible. Also, this kind of goes to show, like, I think before the season we were talking about the Phillies having a lot of offensive firepower, but what they gained in at the plate they really lack on the mound, and it shows.
Well, I think one of their things that people have talked about for the last few years has been their bullpen, and they tried to get some players this year, and I don't know if they're hurt or they're just not being effective or what, but yeah, that was a big comeback. I think it was like the largest comeback in the last 25 years or something like that.
It's been a long time.
Crazy.
And now you've upset me though, because I didn't know about that rule.
Yeah,
and they're ruining the game.
Yeah, I don't like that rule, but it's whatever.
Between that and the shift, which we're going to get into another possible rule change here in a minute.
But anything to make baseball shorter.
Here he goes. Here he goes on it.
You know,
his baseball.
Talk about that pitch clock.
Yep. He has to bring it up every episode.
Because I don't know if you remember back in a couple of years ago in the NFL draft. Remember the first round picks? I think every team had like 10 minutes to pick, and they made I remember one year the first round was 3 hours.
Yeah, and this year it's funny because it's funny you say that because I just read something that this year Roger Goodell and the NFL were mad because of how quickly the Lions turned in their pick for Aiden Hutchinson.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah,
ridiculous.
So anything to
I think
make it quicker.
Anything, they should do it like the NBA where every team just gets 5 minutes.
Yeah. There's no reason to have a 10-minute pick clock in the NFL, especially the first round, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, anyway, The Cincinnati Reds are having a great season so far.
Woohoo!
They are 3-21 on the season, which is tied for the second worst start to a season in MLB history through 24 games. Jeff Passan, Mauricio's friend, tweeted something about the Reds, and it says, "Oh, they're 3-22." I'm sorry.
Oh, they just dropped one yesterday.
Yeah, I guess. They have scored an NL worst 79 runs. If they doubled that, it would still be fewer than the runs they allowed, 166.
I can see that.
Their 6.90 ERA is 2 full runs worse than the next worst team, which is awful. Let's see if he did anything else. The Reds have only a 16.5% chance at the number 1 overall pick because of the new draft lottery.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. And I think I saw where they're on pace to win, I can't even remember, 20 games? What was it?
I don't know.
It was something very low.
Yeah.
But the next worst record is like the next highest win total is like 8 wins right now. So they have 3 so far. And part of that, I mean, we talked about in the offseason that they decided to sell off a lot of players.
And not take any in.
Yeah, and their owner was like, deal with it or we'll move the team.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible thing for an owner to say to their fans.
Do you think there will be any action brought by this mega tanking?
I mean, there should be if one of the sticking points in the CBA was going to be to address tanking, then they've got to face some kind of backlash for this. I mean, we all knew what they were doing in the offseason when they decided to trade away all these guys.
Yeah, I feel like the owner's just like daring the MLB to do something because he knows they won't.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just ridiculous that, I mean, we all knew they were going to be bad, but I don't know that anyone thought they were going to be this bad.
I think I was expecting the A's to be flipped.
Yeah. But part of a big reason why they're awful is Joey Votto is having a terrible start to the season. Negative 0.9 WAR. He's hit 122 batting average, 0 home runs, 278 on base percentage, 135 slugging, which is completely terrible. How many extra base hits does he have? Sorry. He has 1 extra base hit on the season.
I was going to guess 1.
That's why the poor slugging percentage. And then, of course, OPS is 413. So an OPS plus of 19, league average is 100. So that's really bad.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't have any motivation.
I don't know. I mean, he's 38. He's at the end of his career. And he's been great for most of his career.
Yeah. And I think, what motivation would you have? Like, you're at the end of your career and now you're playing on a tanking team. It's like, I'm not going to say he should go out there and not give any effort, but I do get that, like, morale could be extremely low. That's not how you envision ending your career on a team that's historically bad.
Yeah. And
so make your money and get out.
Yeah. He did some TikToks. Or he started TikToking, and so the Reds are 2-0 they were 2-0 whenever he did TikToks. I imagine they're like 2-1 right now. So
he needs to step it up.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You taking my picture?
No, Abby texted me from work. From work. Apparently, some small private plane.
Oh no!
Crashed near the one of the airports here in town, like in the backyard of a house.
Oh wow! Jeez. Was it Jerry Jones? Oh, I shouldn't.
Oh, come on now! Come on now!
Sorry.
That's the hardest I've seen Mauricio laugh in a long time.
Those are the good kind of jokes. They come out of left field.
Mauricio loves a dark joke.
And I was like, and I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, she is right there. It's a plane in the backyard on fire.
That's ridiculous. I hope everyone's okay. Like,
yeah, dude.
I know I made that joke, but
well, Jerry Jones was in that car crash the other day.
Got T-boned.
So I thought he did the T-boning.
I thought so too. I don't know.
I can't remember.
He was involved.
Yeah.
And then they shared their big board.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And some people decoded it. I don't.
People on the internet got too much time, but I mean, I guess props for them doing that.
They had Thibodeau.
Yeah,
in there.
they had Lewis Seen pretty high too, and they didn't get him. I don't know, but
let's move on to Andy's favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina, Andy's favorite player on his favorite team. They tied the all-time record for wins together as a battery with 202. Note here says Andy says ugh.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, tune me out.
Were you talking about something?
I'm assuming you don't have anything to say about this. I just wanted to highlight it to make your day a little.
I'll give credit where credit is due. I mean, that's pretty good. Wainwright's been solid pretty much his whole career. Yadier Molina is a staple behind the plate. As much as I don't like them or the Cardinals, I mean, they deserve props. So,
yeah, I'm actually surprised both of them are still playing. So,
yeah, well, them and Pujols make up quite the old trio. Yeah. I tried to find, we talked about sprint speed earlier. I tried to find Albert Pujols' sprint speed, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't listed. No.
Oh my gosh, I would want to see that for sure.
Were you going to say something, Mauricio?
What was that? I saw like right now. I just remembered we were talking about baseball. That Aaron Judge thing?
What?
Oh,
what
with
about
the
him?
kid?
Yeah. That guy hit the home run. Aaron Judge hit the home run.
Yeah.
And then the
That's a sweet moment.
Yeah. You don't see that a lot nowadays.
No, he hugged a random stranger. You usually see adults ripping the ball out of the kid's hand.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I always see those like the kids reaching for it, and then the guy like grabs it, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
The unwritten rules, I guess you could say, of the stands is if you get a foul ball, give it to a kid.
Yeah.
Or you hide an extra ball and then give the one.
Oh, like that one kid did with that pretty lady.
Yeah. Yep.
That was funny.
Yep.
It's genius.
Well, Spencer, I'll let you dig into this next.
It's because that I always talk about officiating.
Well, I mean,
I'm angry always about it, but I'm one of those fans. But I feel like even more so this year, like I feel like officiating has gotten more heat. Like I've noticed more things being said about how bad it is, more lowlights rather of the mistakes that they're making. Like, and honestly, that could probably go across all sports. But I just wanted to ask you guys a few questions about it. Like, am I right that it's been that bad this season in the MLB, or is it more enhanced due to social media or rule changes, analytics, technology? And then finally, how do we feel about an automated strike zone?
Yes, to the strike zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't leave it to a person to decide anymore.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we do have the technology to make it happen. I don't see.
We need to start, technology is getting better, all this stuff. We need to start getting the human error out of sports,
Getting the Angel Hernandez out of the.
Yeah.
Especially him. I've heard if you don't know an umpire's name, that usually means they're doing a good job.
Oh, for sure.
So to your question about the social media kind of driving it, there's a Twitter account. I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's like Umpire Scorecard or something like that.
Oh yeah, they do a really good job at highlighting the good performances too.
Yeah, and you can find.
Is that only for baseball?
Well, this particular one is. I'm sure they have other ones, but it's. I found another one called Would It Dong. Like, I guess home run balls in different ballparks. But yeah, this one grades umpires based on how they called the strike zone, which you have strike zone access pretty much anywhere, and how umpires have called a game. So
their margin of error.
Yeah. And how much, if it results in some kind of runs for the opposing team.
I like that statistics. Like they'll have like plus or minus like 0.61 runs for.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely some umpires that have gotten a bad rap. And I think part of when the Angel Hernandez stuff came up like a week, I mean, there's always stuff about him, but whenever like the most recent thing came up, it was like Why doesn't MLB get rid of this guy? And it's largely because there's an umpires union that probably will prevent him from getting fired. And so,
well, I mean, you can prevent him from getting fired, but you can also do a better job of assigning games that either aren't as meaningful or even going down to the minors.
Yeah, I mean, he probably shouldn't be calling a Sunday night baseball game on national TV when it's one of Major League Baseball's marquee events, but
just let him call the Reds games.
Yeah, but he'll probably sue the MLB like he did because he couldn't do the World Series because he's garbage and not because he's Hispanic.
I saw where he had and it sounds good on the surface, but he had like a 94% or a 96% rating on a scorecard. But I mean, the margin of error should be a lot slimmer than that.
Yeah, which baseball is a game of failure, though. Like, you get a hit every 3 out of 10 at bats. It's considered really good. So,
yeah, you do make a good point.
But as far as umpireship, I don't know if that's a word, but they should definitely be better than.
Yeah. Well, and then you're seeing cases too where the umpire the other day was checking Madison Bumgarner's hand for tar, but I mean he wasn't looking down at his hand. He was trying to bait him
his soul.
Yeah. He was trying to bait him into an ejection. And he did after the first inning, and that's just extremely unacceptable. Yeah. But he won't face any consequences. It's ridiculous.
Which I will call myself out on that because Spencer, when you sent that, I immediately jumped to Madison Bumgarner's.
Yeah.
Has anger issues, which he does.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
Figured, based on your response, I didn't think you had seen it yet.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it, and then I just didn't get a good glimpse of it. And then once I saw it, I saw a John Boy breakdown of it today.
Yeah,
and where
I need to watch that,
where he does the lip reading and whatnot. And so it was weird that umpire's just staring into his soul.
That was super egregious. Apparently, he did it years ago to Jose Bautista or somebody as well. I
don't know.
Something similar where he just stared at him out in the field. I don't know. It was super odd.
Yeah, umpires have too much control over the game. There's power. Also do it.
Too much power.
Yeah, no one man should have all this power. Kanye.
I was thinking.
There's also a Twitter account called The Ump Show, if you want to look that up too sometime.
I might have to, yeah.
Yeah, about them peacocking.
Oh gosh, that'd be good. Yeah, I'll look at that.
So Spencer, we'll jump into your wheelhouse now with the NBA, and I have a couple of NHL notes when we're done with NBA. But
luckily, we've only got 4 series left. So while I'll still, of course, be long-winded, it'll be a lot better than the first round breakdown. So I'll start with, and you guys stop me if you guys want to talk about certain topics or certain series in this, because sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. So the first series I'll highlight is the Warriors versus the Grizzlies. And that one just got super, super interesting. Dylan Brooks had a dirty play that broke Gary Payton II's elbow, which Gary Payton II's Jaw's primary defender. And so Dylan Brooks got ejected and suspended for game 3. Draymond had to get stitches. It's been a very physical game because we saw the first game resulted in a flagrant 2 by Draymond pulling on the jersey of
Brandon Clark.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Which Draymond's foul didn't look that bad.
I'm the opposite. I think his looked just as bad to Dylan Brooks to me, except for it just happened to result in not an injury for Brandon Clark. So that's where I'm going with this is Steve Kerr will not quit blasting this foul on Gary Payton II, which it was a bad foul, no doubt. But Kerr, he won't shut up about it. It's he's acting like Gary Payton died. And it's just, it's something that happens in basketball. It's an
likely takes him out for a while though, and he's their primary defender or one of their primary defenders.
I get that, but he's got Draymond on his team. I feel like you've got Draymond. You can't really say a whole lot because, like I said, his foul against Brandon Clark was almost just as bad. except for Brandon Clark didn't get injured. So I feel like, I mean, yes, you can say it once or twice that, yeah, it sucks. It's a crappy situation. It's a dirty play, but move on after that. Focus on the team and shut up.
Brooks got his suspension. Yeah. Something I saw today, and I wanted to ask, like, do you think Ja's like doing too much for the Grizzlies?
Yes, I do.
Like he's averaging 40 points a game so far this series.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I get it. He's their best offensive weapon, but yeah, I do think there's a lot of out of control drives to the basket where he could either stop and pop or probably kick out to a perimeter shooter. But I mean, they're young, they're super young and inexperienced, so they'll get it under control eventually. I don't think before the playoffs began, if you would have asked me, I would have said they make a deep run. But now I'm not so sure, just because, like I said, that youth and lack of maturity is kind of showing a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that normal nowadays to see guys put up 40?
It's becoming more normal. I mean, you see it with him and with Luka, especially with teams that are super reliant on one all-star. Now you're going to see it from Giannis quite a bit because they don't have Middleton to help out. So yeah, I mean, it is more common than you think.
Suns have been shutting down Brunson and Dinwiddie though.
Yeah, I mean they're letting Luka get his, and we'll just go ahead and jump into that series right now. Then, so yeah, the offense has just been too much for the Mavs. Like you said, they're shutting down Dinwiddie and Brunson. The Mavs really have no inside presence. So it's just, this is a better matchup for the Suns than the Pelicans were. And if the Pelicans would have moved on, I think that would have been a really bad matchup for the Mavs as well. And I think the Pelicans would have beat them. But yeah, Luka's doing his thing. But like I said, that's all they've got. I'm going to go back to the officiating. I wish they'd cool it on the foul calls, because game 2 had 53 total fouls, including 4 offensive fouls called within 2 minutes, and it killed the flow of the game.
Mauricio, talk about the fouls and how that slows down basketball, because it definitely does.
How did the ending? I was literally waiting like for Spencer to finish, and I was going to say like it's because they want to slow down basketball and make it last longer.
Get those ads in.
You read my mind.
So the Suns are up 2-0, but in comes probably, I don't know, I haven't looked at the officiating assignments, but I'd be surprised if Scott Foster's not here for game 3 or 4 to extend the series, and I wish I was joking. So the Suns are 11-0 against the Mavericks in the last 11 games, but Chris Paul is 0-14 in the last 14 Scott Foster ref games. So what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? What's going to happen?
I just love that you brought up Scott Foster like 3 or 4 times already.
A deep-seated hatred for Scott Foster, and Bria knows it. I told my wife, I said, hey, Bria, the Suns are up 2-0. What does that mean? She goes, Scott Foster. Like, yeah, see, she knows.
See, if I tell Katrina something, she's like, I don't care.
No,
the answer is always Scott Foster.
Yeah, I'll teach Katrina about Scott Foster.
It's not hard. And then you explain the corruption, and she'll continually ask you, how is he still rapping in the NBA? And I say, I don't know.
Yep.
But you guys have anything on that series?
Nope.
What do you predict?
I kind of said my piece about the shutting down the 2 guys.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you the prediction on the other ones as well. Warriors, Grizzlies.
Well, I think the Warriors will make it through, just because I said that Ja's doing a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've got to get some other guys involved if they're going to win. And then I just think the Suns are going to overpower the Mavericks.
Sure hope
I think this will be a pretty one-sided series.
4-0.
I would love that.
Sweep.
Except Mauricio said last episode that the Mavericks would win in 6.
Oh yeah, he was just trying to.
Oh, there's still time, you know.
There is still time.
You said all road games, and that can't happen now.
No.
Oh, he froze.
Uh-oh. His car.
What a freeze pose.
Screenshot that. We'll keep going.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Celtics versus Bucks. The only note, because I don't even know how to talk about this one really. This is such a weird series. Each game,
This is
you're
cracking
looking
me
at his pose.
There we go.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh,
So yeah, the
I don't know what happened.
Andy froze now.
no, I didn't.
But
Did
he
I?
did on my screen.
Am I still
Celtics
frozen?
versus Bucks seems super weird. Each game seems like a
There we
toss
go.
up, and for me, this series is all just a toss up. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was distracted by the.
Oh, well, he's froze again.
These are the best phrases.
Y'all fix your internet.
I don't know who to pick in this series. You mentioned
toss up.
Giannis having to do a lot without Chris Middleton. But Giannis is a different breed than Ja right now, at least. So, man, I'd like to pick the Celtics, but like you said, it's a pretty big toss-up.
Yeah. I think I'll root for the Celtics, but I'll predict the Bucks. We're getting bits and pieces of Mo here.
Bucks and 7.
Okay,
Bucks
we got
and
him.
7?
Bucks and 7.
He said that
We
quick.
gotta hurry up and get it.
Bucks and 7.
Oh my gosh. Geez. So the last series, I guess, is the Heat and the 76ers. This is turning into a one-sided series, of course, with Embiid out. Philly's really missing him, and Harden isn't who he used to be. And then Doc Rivers will not quit starting DeAndre Jordan, and it's awful. I say you may as well put a chair out there because he can't guard anybody. I don't know why he wouldn't start Paul Reed, even though he is super prone to fouls. I mean, at least stick him out there and try something different. But you could start Charles Bassey, just someone. Doc even said that he'll continue to start DeAndre, quote unquote, whether you like it or not, end quote. And which got me thinking, because he's gotten a lot of heat, especially in these playoffs. Do you think he's done after the season?
I can let Mauricio go if he wants to, but I did see something recently that I wanted to bring up about him.
Mauricio's going to have to fast talk it.
Yeah.
He'll be around.
You think he'll be around?
Yeah. I feel confident in this pick.
Okay. Andy's going to dig up some stuff.
Contradict me.
It's not, I'm not going to contradict you. It's just something I saw Doc
No.
Rivers talk about recently. Like, I saw an interview where he was talking about, this may have been a week or two ago, where the narrative around Doc Rivers teams always chokes. And he was making excuses, and he was like, I wish you guys would quit talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, his best player is out for this series, so I understand. But I mean, if he's making poor decisions on who to play in his place, I mean, that's definitely on him. And I don't know. I think this is, I mean, obviously DeAndre Jordan's not what he used to be, and so yeah, that and Philly giving up their depth to get James Harden is hurting them. So,
well, another note too that I've got about Harden is he's only attempted one shot in the last 2 fourth quarters against the Heat. So he's not even getting shots up.
Yeah, he's got to step up in the fourth if they're going to win. Which this narrative again about one player having to do a lot. So
yeah, you are seeing it a lot, especially with all the injuries in this playoff run. The Heat probably won't even need Lowry to return, which is good for them because he can rest up a little bit. And then another interesting little tidbit is that the Heat are now 20-3 since Max Strus entered the starting lineup for Duncan Robinson, which I think
Patrick Walkenfuss.
Yeah, he listens to the podcast. Which
I highly doubt it.
But I've been super impressed with Max Strus and the emergence of him, because I really, we thought there was a lot of talk about Duncan Robinson last few seasons, thinking he might be the next kind of Klay Thompson-ish type player, but Max Strus has really stepped up, and of course Hero's doing his thing too. And yeah, I think the Heat take this one pretty easily. I think it'll be a gentleman's sweep 4-1.
Yeah.
Because from what I saw, Embiid could possibly be back tonight. It's unlikely, but he will play in Game 4 likely, and we'll see if he can squeak out a win for him.
Yeah.
Mauricio, everybody do the Mauricio. So we're about to. I'm personally about to do some backtracking here. So Ben Simmons is undergoing back surgery. I think it was yesterday he had it. So he'll be out 3 to 4 months. He had a microdiscectomy procedure to alleviate pain caused by his herniated disc in his back. This is the same injury and surgery that Michael Porter Jr. Had and has had twice now, and likely Michael Porter Jr. had a reherniation this year. From what I've read, having a herniated disc in your back is extremely painful. So what do you guys think this means? I'm about to hit you with a lot of questions here, so I'll try to remember. What do you guys think this means for Ben Simmons' career as a whole? Why did they say he could play Game 4 at one point? Was that just misdirection for the other team? How did he pass his physical? Can he recover from this? And does this change your perception of him in terms of sitting out this season?
This what?
Season.
Oh okay. Mauricio froze again.
Oh my. Speaking of Jerry Jones.
Probably my
I
neighbor.
hear a laugh. I can't see it.
I guess. No?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't see me?
You're just frozen.
You're
You're
bandwidth is low.
yeah.
Dang it.
You're good. Go ahead and
Yeah.
give us your Ben Simmons take.
Well, I guess now that I guess he does have like an actual back injury. I guess it's more than, I guess we do have to backtrack and, be like, oh, okay. It's respectable. And, well, yeah, how did he pass that physical then? How did he sneak through?
Maybe he sneezed and
his back.
It seems super strange though. I mean, I've heard that sometimes they waive a physical or they don't really try that hard on. I don't know. I really don't know. But like you said, I think there's a lot of backtracking to be had. I'm gonna backtrack. I feel terrible for essentially calling him a puss for his mental health stuff.
Beep.
But I don't know. I do feel kind of bad, but yeah, I don't think this bodes that well for his career. We've seen the back issues from Michael Porter Jr. really kill his career. I mean, obviously he's still young and he could still revive it, but he didn't play but like a couple games in college. He can't have a full healthy season for the Nuggets now, and I don't know. It's not looking great, and I don't know when to expect him on the floor. I know they said that they hope to have him by the start of training camp, but I just don't see this not being a nagging injury for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I was trying to pinpoint when his injury started. February 2020.
That has been a while.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but whenever the rumors come out that he's going to play a game in the playoffs, so
that's what struck me as super weird.
And I don't necessarily see it as like a misdirection because he hasn't played all season, so they had already prepared for him like he wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I mean, they were kind of grasping at straws to try to avoid the sweep. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a whole weird situation. The whole Ben Simmons situation has been weird.
Yeah. What a insanely weird career.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope he gets healthy.
Yeah.
It still doesn't change the fact that I'm not his biggest fan.
Yeah. Well, that team is full of some egos.
And see, I was thinking about this the other day, and to me, it just seems like there's a lot of unlikable personalities in basketball. And I know that's probably for every sport.
Basketball in general?
Yeah.
I mean, I see it, yeah.
Yeah. So
a whole bunch. I mean, you've got Draymond Green, Grayson Allen, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, like the list goes on. You're right. There are a lot of unlikable personalities, but at the same time, there are a lot of likable personalities. I think it's kind of with any sport. You have great guys that people look up to and are great role models. And do stuff off the court, and then you've got the guys that are fun to hate on.
Yeah.
Including my dentist said that he wants to root for the Suns in this playoffs, but he can't do it because of Jay Crowder, which I get. I told him, I said, if he wasn't on our team, I'd hate the guy, because I definitely get where he's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are we done with NBA?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I'll just hit on the NHL for just a second. I'm going to hit on it because, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Bad joke. Yeah, so the playoffs have been fun so far. There's only 2 series that feature a 2-0 advantage, and that's the Avalanche over the Predators and the Hurricanes over the Bruins. The Rangers and Penguins have been fun. They went to 3 overtime in the first game, and that was largely due to some controversy at the end of regulation with goalie interference, which there was another instance of goalie interference last night in the Avalanche Predators game.
Oh, really?
That waved off an Avalanche goal, and that game went into overtime. So,
interesting.
Officiating reeks its head again.
Well, we watched that. We watched that replay in the chat, and I thought, like I said in the chat, I thought it could have went either way. I don't really see an issue with the call. I know you got to put the word controversy in there, because if you're, either fan base can see it different ways, because it's such a tight call on that one. So I get it. I get why they called it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a. And it's heightened because it is the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but every other series is 1-1, and it's been pretty exciting. So, I guess that's all I kind of have to say about that right now.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So, and then a boxing note, and then.
Yeah, just there's a fight this Saturday. I don't know if Mauricio's interested in it. Canelo versus Bivol. Canelo's really just been running through everybody, and I don't see it being any different here. But I know he's a big Canelo fan, so he'll probably see it ending. When do you have it ending, and by what means?
Probably in the 8th.
The 8th for TKO or knockout?
Probably TKO.
Yeah.
It's Canelo's fights are more gonna be like, he's gonna run through these guys and stuff, but then like it's gonna be like one of those where, like, I don't know, some guy catches him off on an off day, and Canelo goes down.
I'll say he gets it in the 10th on a body shot KO.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have any issues with this one.
No. And then, do you guys want to talk about this last college baseball topic?
I probably don't have much to say.
Okay.
I did see the Arkansas baseball team struggling. Mm-hmm. Like they haven't been as dominant as they have been in that. It could be the offense, but I haven't really dug into the stats, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We're more of a MLB focus. So, they are struggling. We'll see if it lasts into the postseason or what, but I just figured I
can recover.
I'd bring it up. But I'm still mad at Mauricio for not shooting his free throws.
I need to get those done.
Yeah, you say that every time, though. I might have to make you face some sort of consequence. Each time you miss, each week it goes up by 5.
5 free throws?
You already got to make, I don't even remember the stinking bet anymore. You got to make 5 in a row right now. That's right.
It's I think it was 3 in a row.
No, don't try to pull that on me. Sneaking.
3 in a row, I'm sorry.
Well, I saw the topics we got today. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I just wanted to again shout out the moms, especially my mom. My mom's great. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Besides, check us out wherever our podcasts are located. We'll get back to regularly scheduled program next week, and then we're taking a week off because Spencer's going to be out of town most of that week. Then I have to go out of town.
And we wisely scheduled these on Sunday when a lot of holidays happen, so that's nice.
Yeah. So we'll get back to it. Anyway, So yeah, we'll get to talk to you guys later. So
goodbye.
That's good.
Enjoy the podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.